Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Genigod Nezha. The trailer dropped a couple of days ago and I am super excited to discuss what we know so far. Before we get into the video, if you could drop a like, comment, and subscribe, that would just be fantastic. And without further ado, let's begin. Let's hit 500 subs. So we're over here on the Steam page and we're just going to go on the About section. Genigod Nezha is a hardcore action role-playing game set against the chaotic backdrop of ancient Chinese Genesis mythology. You take on the role of the spirit pearl for the first life forged by Nüwa, the goddess of life from earth, water, and fire, who is reincarnated as Nezha. Immerse yourself in iconic tales of Chinese Genesis mythology, battle against colossal gods, and master the one-of-a-kind combat Chinese-style celestial showdown. And just with that, I am super excited already, and I just want to break that down a little bit. It says that it is the goddess of life from earth, water, and fire. In the trailer so far, we have seen her use water-based abilities. She's used those abilities while also using her fist, so there is a possibility that certain weapons will have elemental attributes, which makes me at least believe that we're going to have a bare minimum of 3 elements, which is going to be fire, earth, and water. However, we did also see her use a giant fan throughout the demo, which makes me also believe that we might not have a weapon that is wind based, but we might have weapons that can do wind attacks. And I know that sounds the same, but what I'm saying is that your fire sword or fire spear or whatever will do continuous fire damage and proc the fire debuff on an enemy, as opposed to the giant fan, which can be used to extinguish flames or push enemies back. It will not inflict a status ailment on them. A world in ruins, a hero's call. Pangu, the Genesis god, has succumbed to an eternal slumber, plunging the realm into utter chaos. 10 suns sear the land, brightening a crimson desert. A god wage ceaseless war that rends the sky asunder. With celestial pillar collapse, ferocious monsters ascend from the abyss. Nüwa gives you the heart of the spirit pearl, a heart infused with divine water that is both your constant companion and the wellspring of your power. Your destiny is forged by 3 titanic quests: mend the shattered sky with the 5 colossal stones, uncover the truth of your own origins, and descend into the abyss of return to seal the space-time rift, devouring the world. Wow, again, truly, I know I'm repeating myself by saying that, but every second that I read just makes me feel more excited for the game. And once again, breaking it down, we have 5 colored stones, which makes me at least think that we're gonna have 5 regions that we can explore to try to mend that sky. And obviously the overarching narrative, continuing with celestial combat, dual stance, fluid mystic, relic fusion. That is a lot of words. Experience the dynamic scale of Chinese mystic warfare, where battles flow seamlessly between heaven and earth. Dual stance, switch seamlessly between ground and aerial combat. Wield Nezha's iconic fire-tipped spear for close quarters combat and parries on land. Take to the skies with wind and fire, wheels for the high-speed raid and aerial combat. Well, that answers my question from earlier. You will have access to fire and wind typed weapons. Fluid Mystique. Tap into the Spirit Pearl's heart to awaken fleeting mythic abilities like the Wind Fire Wheel, devastating mid-air strikes. Focus its power to imbue your weapons with sacred water, triggering potent EX effect. And lastly, Relic Fusion. Pair mystic treasures for unique skills. Combine Hoyu's bow with tree heads and 6 arms for rainbow piercing the sun archery, or match the palm leaf fan with water prison to trap and disable foes. Now, that was a lot of information, but from what I'm understanding, we're gonna have 3 combat trees, 3 skill trees that we can upgrade. Our dual stance, which is going to be your physical damage, your melee damage, your close quarters. Fluid Mystic, now that's going to be your sorcery, your spells, things of that nature. And then relic fusion, that is going to be the items that you're going to be collecting and that you'll be able to use. If you want to use a comparison to Black Myth Wukong, you had your regular stats that you could upgrade. You had your staff ability that you could upgrade. You could have your spells tree that you could upgrade, and then lastly you had your transformations and special abilities. So I think we're getting something similar to that as well. We're gonna have something weapon focused, something magic focused, and then something relic / items focused as well. Colossal Gods and the Sun Tree. Built with Unreal Engine 5 and optimized for PlayStation, the game delivers a one-of-a-kind Chinese-style colossal adventure. Climb ancient gods towering like mountains and fight by traversing the contours of their body with the help of the giant Kuafu, scale of the Sun Tree that bridges mortals and celestial realms, and draw your bow to shoot down any suns and save the devastatingly scorched realm. Well, talking about how the game was made for PS5 is definitely them letting us know that, hey, graphically speaking, this is going to be quite the spectacle. So we can definitely expect a game that is going to be beautiful and a world that is going to be just as beautiful as well. And I'm getting a little bit of that Shadow of the Colossus vibe from back in the day, having to literally scale these giant boss monsters so that you could get to their weak point and destroy it. I am hoping that we're going to get something like that, but a little bit more complex. Like I would love to have combat segments in between stages if these bosses are truly massive, you know what would be really cool? If we could just have an entire level be on a boss. God of War has done stuff like that in the past, but I'm talking about like an actual complete level from top to bottom on this boss, and like have it mostly be level, like have it 70% level and then 30% action spectacle. Because in God of War, those levels where you're climbing a giant were often, except for the first God of War, that game you play the entire thing on a temple that is on a giant. That's not what I want. I want to play on the giant. Like, if this guy is huge and what if I gotta scale him, I want to scale him and like do the whole level on him. That's what I'm saying. I want it to be 70% level and then 30% action spectacle. I kind of went on a tangent there, sorry. Water philosophy and Jeet Kune Do mechanics. The combat embodies Bruce Lee's Be Water philosophy through the divine water within Nezha, the spirit pearl. Channel this flowing power by focusing it into Nezha and utilize Mystic's artifacts to enhance your combat prowess. Combat techniques adapt the essence of Jeet Kune Do, condense water into a piercing 1-inch flash for armor-breaking blows, or unleash it as a sweeping dragon kick for fluid crowd control. This system encourages players to master a defensive, reactive style, requiring precise parrying and countering with the adaptable precision of water itself. Said plain and simply, this is straight up Sekiro. So we are going to have, I believe, a mix in between. You know what? This is a perfect example. This game is going to play like Kazan. This game is going to play very, very similar to the first Berserk Kazan, except we are going to, and this is my speculation, we are not going to have a stamina bar, and we're going to, and this second thing is not speculation, we are going to have aerial combat. Yeah, that's what those are going to be the major differences in combat between this game and Kazan. It is going to be a fast-paced action game with a huge focus on parrying attacks and countering attacks, and we're going to have aerial combat. We will not have a stamina bar. Genigods, Nezha from legend to legacy. We have not just admired Nezha, Chinese iconic rebel, but have been haunted by her tales, by the fade murals of Nüwa mending the skies and Hoyu shooting down the sun. They were untouchable legends sealed in the ancient text. No longer. In Genigods Nezha, you do not watch the myth, you live it. You wield the heart of creation, soar between realms, awaken the three-headed, 8-armed form, and step onto the primordial battlefield to mend shattered heavens. This is not about hearing a story, it's about etching your name into its very fabric. Our mission is to ignite the epic celestial battle of Chinese mythology. Here, every skill you cast, every choice you make, writes a new line in ancient epic, forged in your image. We invite you to feel the divine fury, master your flow in combat, and claim your place in the myth. The legend awaits its newest author. I've said this once and I'll say it again. As much as I love Greek mythology and I love Japanese mythology, I want to explore other mythologies, okay? Smite did it first. Now other developers are coming out the workwoods and are putting out their games, and I'm super ecstatic. There you go. Instead of saying excited, I'm super keen. I'm very excited. Excited is the best word. I'm ecstatic for the future to explore different mythologies and to learn different things. And I'm really hoping that this 3-headed 8-armed form is going to behave like a devil trigger and not like some overpowered transformation where your entire moveset changes but you become like slow and stuff. If your moveset changes, that's one thing. If you become slow, that's another thing. And I'm not too keen on that. I don't want to have because the game looks very, very fast paced. I just don't want them to give me a slow giant character because that is the reflection of power. I want to stay the same size, just do more damage and maybe a couple of more particle effects. That's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is everything we know about Genigod. Nezha, let me know your thoughts. Are you gonna get this game? Are you excited for this game? Because I know I am. While you're down there, don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe because it puts a smile on my face. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Let's hit 500 subs.